It's Week 11 of the National Football League. And coming up, we're going to see Keenan Allen closing in on 1,000 yards receiving on the year. It's the Chargers and the Chiefs, and it comes your way next on Madden Football.
It was once just an idea until breaking ground in November of 2016, and now here it is in all its glory. Spectacular SoFi Stadium here in metropolitan Los Angeles. Today we've got an interesting Week 11 matchup on tap between the Kansas City Chiefs and the Los Angeles Chargers. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you talk about storylines in this. Season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. Mecole Hardman to return it from his end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. Time to get our first look at one of the star faces of the NFL, Patrick Mahomes and his Kansas City offense. Really the gold standard among NFL offenses since he became the starter in 2018.
And when you think of Patrick Mahomes, you start to think about all of his attributes, and you realize very quickly you can't just put him into one box. No matter how the game proceeds, no matter what is needed, he tends to have an answer for it and plays accordingly.
First play, Mahomes looking to throw it. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far at second down. Back to the air on second down. It's Mahomes. And this one caught by Travis Kelce. And they'll look to avoid an early 3 and out here on 3rd and 4. Now Mahomes. He finds McKinnon, complete. And he will have a Chiefs first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
3rd and 4 is always a tough call. Maybe a little too long to run for it, but not too long to hit him on the quick slant. And that was well executed. Found the window and zipped it right in there.
And again, it's Mahomes. It's Kelce on the ground. The numbers for Travis Kelce last week. 5 catches, 54 yards.
Better tighten up the coverage if you expect to slow this guy down, because if he gets going, he'll eat you up.
They'll run for the first time with Jerick McKinnon. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Throwing now is Mahomes. We'll get this complete to Kadarius Toney. And he will have a Chiefs first down as he's able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 5. The Chiefs coming in looking for win number 6 on the year. And they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 47. Working from the gun, Mahomes. Complete, the tight end, Kelce. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43. Throwing again on 2nd down, Mahomes. And they're going to get this down to about the 37. Play number 9 now on this pretty long opening drive. But this is 3rd down. Here's Mahomes to throw. And he fires one, but incomplete. They'll try and run for it. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. It'll be a pickup of 4. Good enough for a Kansas City first down.
Well, that's what's called being aggressive right there. But I don't know that it's reckless. I think it's much more of a message, hey, defense, I believe in you in case we don't get it. And offense, trying to let him know he believes in them as well.
I like it. Your first drive of the game in plus territory, be aggressive. Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. On second down, here's Mahomes. A dump down to McKinnon. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. The 13th play now coming on this opening drive. Here's third down. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he will have a Chiefs first down by a couple of yards as they're able to get 4 there on 3rd and 2. Had a chance to maybe limit them to 3 if they could have got that stop there, but new set of downs.
And with the new set of downs, you got to take the mentality of the whole thing. Right now, everyone's looking at the offense and saying they've got the advantage. The best defenses just say, okay, new set of downs gives us another chance to make a play ourselves and maybe change things up.
Right back to him on first down. Now, during that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. More from L.A. in a moment. Six yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Mahomes now to throw. To the right side, it's Kelsey. And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line. Mahomes looks to throw on 3rd down. Touchdown! Isaiah Pacheco, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Chiefs get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Looking sharp on that first drive. These guys, of course, coming off back-to-back victories, and you see that kind of advancing into this game, don't you?
You certainly do, and when you have a team that doesn't get too full of itself, even though they've won 2 games in a row, you get the end result that we saw there, that nice opening drive, because they're sharp, they're focused, and they're locked into everything that they're doing.
Extra point by Butker is on target, and it's now a 7-0 game. And what a drive that was. 16 plays all told. And it winds up with the Chiefs hitting pay dirt. Here's the Chiefs kickoff unit now as they'll send this one away. No return here for Carter, and this will be a touchback. The Charger offense makes its way out for the first time in this ball game, and leading the way, already a star in just his 3rd season, it's Justin Herbert.
It hasn't taken Herbert long to earn this status as one of the league's best and most entertaining passers. He's locked and loaded on every snap. And the second he sees an opening, the ball's soaring downfield. You've got to be on your A game at all times against him. The second you slip up, he's liable to burn you.
They started on the ground with Eckler. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a first down. Those are the types of runs they told us they want to see. They'd love the 60 to 70-yard runs, but those 10 to 20-yarders, they can help you win a ball game.
And that means everyone's invested because you know the big guys up front. That's what they do. They try and move people. And when you get your perimeter guys involved downfield, that means that they care about the running game, and they know it helps their team.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Justin Herbert looking to pass. Finds the open man. It's Mike Williams. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a 2nd and about a foot. They'll try and run the option left side. And a solid run here as he'll pick his way down to the 42-yard line. 14 yards that time and a first down on the keeper.
It looked like almost some miscommunication defensively because once he decided to keep it, he had pretty smooth sailing.
Yeah, it became a question of, wait a minute, who's got the quarterback? And when you talk about miscommunication, it's supposed to be called assignment football on the defensive side of the ball. But the assignment gets mixed up. That's the end result.
On first down, Justin Herbert.
He'll get this out wide to Eckler.
And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. To throw again on second down. Herbert. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. And the Chiefs are going to get him.
Now, the number one mission of any offensive line, you got to protect that quarterback, keep him safe back there. This time, the rush got to him in a hurry.
Yeah, that's one where you turn to your lineman and say, guys, can I get a little help here? And you have to ask politely because, remember, they're blocking for you the entire game. But as a quarterback, you've also got to have the clock running in your head when you need to get rid of the football. But this time, he had no chance. They were on him instantly.
As we check the next-gen stats, you'll see he had precious little time to do anything with the football there.
Kansas City taking the field for their second drive. And they'll be looking to make this a two-score advantage. Had the touchdown on their first drive, Charles. Hey, they can get up 2 scores here on the road. That's a heck of a start.
And not only have they thought about it, I wonder if they visualized it. I remember playing, and they used to turn the lights out in our meeting room and run through a situation like this and say, just think about what it would be like to be up on the road and take the crowd out of it. Maybe they did some of that.
2nd and 5 now. Mahomes, pitch and catch here to Travis Kelce. Oh, it's a nickel set here defensively on 3rd and inches.
Still want to be prepared for a pass.
Now here's Mahomes.
And no hesitations, they go right back to Kelce. And he will have a Chiefs first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
They really love to get him into one-on-one opportunities, and this is one way. Work him out of the slot and create a mismatch. Who's going to cover him? Corner, safety, linebacker? He's got a way to beat all of those positions.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Looking to throw is Mahomes. Pressure comes, and down he goes. Joey Bosa in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. After the sack on 1st down, Mahomes. Catch is made by Hardman. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. The Chiefs with the football as we start the second quarter, as they've got it with a 1st and 10. To throw, it's Mahomes.
Locates Hardman for another catch.
And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45.
But that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
Now whistles and a flag down. Looked like one of the Chief linemen might have moved.
The offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted.
Now after the false start, here's 2nd and 7.
Hands it off out of the gun.
And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. He wants it all for the end zone. And that is caught for the touchdown, Kansas City.
Kadarius Toney,
51 yards.
And the Chiefs have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Well, this has been a flawless start for them. They score, they get the stop, and they score again, Charles.
Complimentary football at its finest. You just mentioned how they got it done. They scored. The defense got the ball back for them. They score again. That's the way you win ball games.
Butker now to add the extra point. And it's good to make it 14-0. So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays.
And it's Kadarius Toney who caps things with a touchdown reception. Fields it right around the goal line. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21.
The Chargers get set to go here for their second drive. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move
into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Justin Reed.
And the Chiefs are going to take possession of the football.
Oh, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
So after the INT, here's Mahomes. And he just gets rid of it, throws it away. A wise move there, looked like nobody open, now second down. Mahomes again here on 2nd and 10. Buying time to his left. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm, incomplete. Now it's 3rd down. Mahomes gonna throw.
Man open, it's Toney. He's got it.
And they'll get this down to the 10. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Everything's going right here in this first half, and they've got a good lead. And part of that can be attributed to their success on 3rd downs. This is another conversion here, and they can look to really open things up now with this 1st and goal.
They scored touchdowns on drives 1 and 2, and now they're trying to make it a perfect 3 for 3 to start.
From the gun, it's Mahomes. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. 2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. From the gun, they will run with McKinnon. And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. Officially nothing on that one, no gain, so they're left with still 10 to go on 3rd down. Now Mahomes.
Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
Picked up by J.C. Jackson.
And the Chargers are going to take possession here at their own 6-yard line.
And that felt like a little extra pressure on that 3rd down attempt, and their mistake cost them points because they're inside the red zone. So you know you've got at least a field goal waiting for you. And in this case, they end up with nothing.
And the L.A. offense ready for this next possession. They got the ball now following a big play, keeping the other guys out of the end zone. Now they'll start deep in their own territory, 1st and 10.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. That is caught. It's Williams.
And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line. And boy, CD, it's one thing to watch a great run, but when it's a great run with broken contact, it's like a cherry on top. That was a nice play.
Yeah, and that's a run born out of ferociousness. He took on that initial contact and in his mind just screamed, "Out of my way," and kept right on going and wound up turning it into a big play.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a 1st down in the red zone. Over the middle, and it's caught. Keenan Allen.
4 yards to go on 2nd down from the 7.
Up the middle with Eckler. And he fights his way in for a Charger touchdown. Austin Eckler, his 5th rushing touchdown now on the year. And the Chargers have cut it back within a score. Well, they move the ball down the field through the air, Charles, and then finally they get the running game involved, and it works to perfection. Touchdown.
And, partner, I kept waiting for that running game to come into play and actually saved it until the very end. Touchdown goes on the stat sheet, but you and I both know, and he knows as well, his teammates airing it out made this a successful drive.
McManus's point after is good, and that'll make our score 14-7. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it's Austin Eckler who finishes things off with a touchdown run. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. Hardman going to bring it out of the end zone. And Kansas City's offense now set, ready to go. And a close game like this, Charles, those interceptions like they had on the last drive could be costly, but here they've got another opportunity to seize control of this game.
And they better take advantage of it, because otherwise, if they end up losing by 1 score, they'll relive this over and over and over until they have another opportunity to wipe it away.
2nd and 8 coming from the 19. Throwing now is Mahomes. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Well, you most certainly don't want to go 3 and out here and get the football right back, because your friend, Old Momentum, he's wondering if he should change sidelines about right now. And if you don't convert here, guess what? He's going to make the trek to the opposite side, and all of a sudden, you've got a battle on your hands.
Catch number 4 for him on the afternoon, and it'll give him a first down. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. They'll find Juju Smith-Schuster. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. They'll look to throw again. To the sideline, and wow, what a catch there. He doesn't get a lot, but he was able to get the feet down complete. On play action, it's Mahomes. That'll be caught. It's Tony. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. He is putting on a show in this 2nd quarter, racking up the receiving yards as he has a first down. And now with that completion, he's north of 200 yards here in the first half.
And he's going to break our statistician, Marvin, isn't he? Because Marvin right now is just tallying it up. Hope his hand doesn't hurt too much doing this, or keeps hitting the calculator. But my goodness, what a start he is off to. By the end of this game, he could have monster numbers. He just wants to continue to be accurate.
Mahomes to throw once more. Right back to Tony. He's got another one. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. And it appears we have a Charger shaken up on that last play. More from L.A. in a moment. On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. Over the middle, hauled in by Smith-Schuster. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards.
As a passer, you're always trying to find that open window to throw the ball downfield. How about this one? Right in the middle of the field, right in the heart of a defense.
Now whistles and a flag down. Looked like one of the chief linemen might have moved. And they'll try again here, 1st and goal after the false start. Straight ahead they go with McKinnon. He fights forward for a couple with a penalty flag down. And the linemen, they're already walking back. A terrible spot for a holding call as they'll try again, but now from further back on 1st and goal. And again, it's Mahomes. Looking underneath, and he finds McKinnon. And they're going to get this down inside the 15. Still a ways from the end zone as they come up now on 2nd and goal. Here's Mahomes to throw. And he's got it. Touchdown, Chiefs. Juju Smith-Schuster, a 14-yard touchdown as his guys are able to extend their lead. They went empty backfield, all their weapons out wide, so there really was no secret here to what they were going to do.
No secret, but they still had to execute it, and they still had to protect the guy throwing the ball because oftentimes when you empty the backfield, people bring pressure at you. They managed to hold in there and successfully complete the touchdown pass.
Butker on for the PAT. It's good, and it is now 21-7. A 10-play drive that time.
And it's capped off by the touchdown from Juju Smith-Schuster.
Here's the Chiefs kickoff unit now as they'll send this one away.
Taking it about the 1. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles.
As this offense comes back out here, Charles, they're trailing in this ball game. And they've been on the sideline for a while. They did score their last time out, but they just had to watch that long, sustained drive, so we'll see if they can shake the rust off.
Yeah, and that's always a question that you have when you have to come off the bench after having sat there for a long time. Are you ready to go? Are you loosened up? But even more so, are you mentally alert and ready to put your best product out there?
To throw on 2nd and 10. Herbert. Williams brings it in. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. It's a gain of 35. But one thing's for sure, they're going to have to come up with something at halftime because he is absolutely roasting them right now.
They're going to go through the whole litany of things, changing coverages, what are we going to do to put a man on him? The big thing to me is treat it like a good pitcher treats pitching a game. Change your timing, change your location. So sometimes you're up on him, sometimes you're back. Just change up the looks that he sees and make him just a little bit more hesitant.
There's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end.
And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Here's Herbert. And his throw's going to be incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Herbert throwing again. He's got his man. That's Everett, the tight end. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. 23 yards on the play.
Boy, how about the speed with which this offense can get down the field? It's taken them no time at all to get down here, and now they're set up with a 1st and goal.
This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. Here's Herbert.
He dumps it to Eckler underneath.
And they get him down at the 1. He had the broken tackle, but ultimately could not get into the end zone. And he takes a shot on the release, as this will be incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
Herbert will give this one to Eckler.
And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Chargers.
Austin Eckler
with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half.
And the Chargers are back within a score. The
finishes off the drive with a touchdown run, Charles. Remember, he also had a catch on this drive as well.
And that's what running backs want to be in today's NFL, a complete back. 3 down, stay on the field, run it, and catch it. And he gets it done.
Now McManus for the extra point. It's up and good. This becomes a 21-14 ball game now. So that one an 8-play drive. It spans 75 yards. And it's Austin Eckler who finishes things off with a touchdown run. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. Hardman going to bring it out of the end zone. Hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. More from L.A. in a moment. The Chiefs' offense about set to begin this drive. Still more than a minute to go, so there is time if they want to mount something here.
Not only time, but they have 3 timeouts.
The throw for Tony is intercepted. Picked up by J.C. Jackson. So the ball changing hands on the interception, but meanwhile here we do have an injury on the play. More from L.A. in a moment. After the turnover, here's Herbert. Throws left side, complete to Keenan Allen. And they'll work this down inside the 30.
Barney sold the go route really well. Thought he was going deep, then curled it back inside for a nice completion.
DBs love when they pump the brakes, don't they?
Yeah, that's really a whole lot of fun. It's almost like you said, listen, if you're going to sell the go, just go. And let's see who's faster.
The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. On 1st and 10, Herbert. That's caught. It's DeAndre Carter. Now another timeout called for by the offense, as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. 2nd down and 3. From the shotgun, here's Herbert. Allen's got it over the middle. And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line. Well, that last throw right there putting him already over 3,000 passing yards now for the campaign.
And given where we are in the season, Brandon, you have to think to yourself, if he stays healthy, I think 4,000's a given. I think 5,000 is not out of the question if he stays hot.
Herbert on 1st down now. Got a man, it's Allen for the Charger touchdown. Keenan Allen, a 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Chargers are an extra point away from tying the ball game here in the final minute of the first half. These two teams in this first half, it's been fun. Back and forth, back and forth. Well, it's not fun for the defensive coordinators, but offensive coordinators are enjoying it.
Yeah, they're having streaks here, aren't they? Being able to put scores together and really bunch them up, and we have a tight game here. You know, we often talk about having the right shoes for the right turf. Today it's track shoes. That's what we've seen with these offenses.
Yeah, it's been an absolute track meet so far. Fun to watch. A drive there of just 4 plays. And it was Keenan Allen who finished it all off with the touchdown reception. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. Hardman going to bring it out of the end zone. And not a good return here at all as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line. As the offense reemerges, there's wide receiver Kadarius Toney leading him out, making his presence felt early in this one. First half, already over the century mark.
How about the yards per completion, too? That's a pretty darn good number there. Number of catches, but he's shredding defenses, getting big yardage with each and every one of them.
And he's going to have a first down, and they get into field goal range here at the 29. Now a timeout called for by the offense. as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. Mahomes now on first down. This pass going to be caught by Hardman. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Ahead of the chains now, 2nd and 2. Mahomes now to throw. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete. After the incompletion, here now 3rd and 2. Now here's Mahomes. Open man, Smith-Schuster, it's complete. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. Now with 5 seconds left, not really enough time to run another play and then stop it. So on comes the field goal unit. And this is off target to the left. Didn't get there anyway. It's no good. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we send you to our EA studios in Orlando. Here's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Things starting to get interesting in this final weekend before Thanksgiving. So let's see what's going on around the NFL. We'll begin by looking at division rivals in the AFC West as it's Las Vegas heading up to take on Denver. And that one, even at 14 apiece, as they've gone to halftime. From there, we head down south to Atlanta. Check on the Falcons at home at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. And they were winners in that one as they take care of the visiting Chicago Bears. Marcus Mariota, a strong performance there, over 300 yards passing with 3 touchdowns in the victory. Lastly, let's head up to the Twin Cities. Check in on the Vikings at home in Minneapolis. And that game all square. They take on the visiting Cowboys. Time now for a check of the next-gen stats in that first half for KC. And our statistician may need a vacation after this one's said and done. What a first half they had throwing the football. Over 300 yards passing already. Meanwhile, for the Chargers, they too were able to take advantage of a soft secondary, as both of these two teams really threw the ball at will in that first half.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. And we will not have a run back here as the second half starts with a touchback. The Chargers getting ready to go here to start this third quarter. This offense ready for the first drive of the third quarter. Well, quarters number 1 and 2 entertaining. We saw some good offense points put up, Charles, and all tied on the scoreboard.
And it sets us up for what could be a really fun second half because we've seen both sides score almost at will here in the first half. And now, here in the second half, getting the ball first, you've got to think, hey, we can go out and really run our offense the way we did in the first half. But if I'm a defensive player, all I'm thinking is, can I make a play to really help out my team and break this streak of offense?
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one covers 29 yards, first down. And that last reception puts him over 150 yards now in the game, Charles.
And now it's not just execution. It's not just performance. It's a mental aspect that's going on because right now, he's got the defense so much on their heels, got them looking at each other. Who's going to cover this guy, and what type of coverage can we put out there to try and slow him down?
And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line. On second down, Eckler. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3. They'll try to pick up the first with Eckler. And he appears to be about 2 feet short on 3rd and 3. Leaves him with a 4th and 1.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. And this won't make it. Off the crossbar and no good. And a big letdown there as this remains a tie game. Well, he had that one on target. That's half the battle. The other half of the battle, however, is distance.
And he nearly had that too. But it was the crossbar that said otherwise, and that'll deny him a shot at 3.
So here's the Chiefs offense ready for their first reps in half number 2. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys are tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments.
Meanwhile, Mahomes' throw here complete to Kelsey. And a nice job to break free of one tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after.
4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
Throwing is Mahomes on third. Chargers able to get the pressure and bring him down. And the defense coming through on third down. A loss of 7 to bring up fourth. And when you go 5 wide like they just did there, you can't really max protect, can you?
No, you cannot. What you're hoping is that by going 5 wide, you're forcing the defense into coverage. And if you do that, you get a chance to find some people downfield. But if they audible themselves and go into a blitz, then it's got to happen right now.
Or lights out.
Or exactly right. Turn them out. That play's over.
He only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Oh, and what a play on special teams here. This is going to be down inside the 5, all the way down at the 2-yard line.
And he's got to be fired up about that effort. I don't think he could have walked down and placed it any better than where he ended up putting the football. That was excellent.
Here's the Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. And the points, they have come fast and furious in this quarter.
You really don't want to be on the defensive side of the ball right now, do you? Because you're either thinking, my replacement may get an opportunity.
Your head better be on a swivel.
Totally. Or maybe I just need to get out of the game for a while because I just can't slow these guys down. They've got to figure out a way to disrupt these offenses. And typically, one guy makes a big play, and that can help change things.
They'll be looking for disruption on both sides right now. The second down attempt there knocked down as it leaves the quarterback's hand, and it's incomplete. Draw play, it's Eckler, and he is going to lose yardage here. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
So statistically, both of these offenses having a rough time getting a running game going. But boy, what a nice play there defensively.
Tackling him behind the line, but you're right, you look at the numbers. Neither side looks on track in the ground game. Here's J.K. Scott now, as he'll kick it away for the second time. And he's able to get it out quickly, and this is not a bad kick here.
Here comes Tony on the return.
It'll be a 44-yard punt, 6 on the return.
And they will take over 1st and 10. The Chiefs offense set to go.
And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. He finds McKinnon, complete.
And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
One of my old teammates called me the other day when he was watching the game. He's like, man, trying to watch an NFL game and trying to account for their passing game, that's difficult. And just when you think you get everything covered, here comes a back out of the backfield. And in this case, he picks up a first down.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. To throw, it's Mahomes. Complete, the tight end Kelsey.
And he'll be brought down at the 27. First down, Chiefs.
Now whistles and a flag down. Looked like one of the chief linemen might have moved. Now they nabbed the rookie there for the 5-yard penalty.
So much going through his head. You know it just has to be, right? All of his assignments and realizing every game he plays, one of the better players in the league will be opposite him.
To the sideline. Wow, what a catch. Doesn't get a lot out of it, but he is able to keep the feet in bounds.
And it appears we have a Charger shaken up on that last play. More from L.A. in a moment.
Mahomes to throw once more.
Looking for Tony on the out route, and he's got him. And he's going to get this down near the 25.
Throwing now is Mahomes. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete. Butker's kick here is good. And with it, they'll take the lead at 24-21. So he missed that field goal earlier, but he says not this time. Able to knock it through, give his guys 3.
I like his poise. I like his confidence, his belief in himself. Sometimes when you miss that first one, you see a lot of guys sag and they can't make the next one. Not in this case. Stepped right up like a pro.
And Carter deciding not to bring this one out. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
Herbert takes it and just pops it forward.
And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. It's a gain of 11 and a first down, L.A. An effective play there, getting their wideouts involved in the run game.
And what they're always hoping on that type of a play, that they can get to the end of the line and have a chance to turn it upfield as he did there. That means they controlled the blocking and took care of the defensive end of the outside linebacker to give him that lane.
And I guess I need to clarify, I said getting their wideouts involved in the run game, but of course that was actually a pass as he popped it forward.
They'll run out of the gun with Eckler. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. Once more, here's Eckler. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, you pointed out to me at half, seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
Running on first down, Eckler. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. Now it's Herbert. Flush to his right.
And just not enough on the throw there. Got around his feet and incomplete.
This will be play number 9 in the drive here as they need 4 yards on 3rd down. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass.
He'll get this out wide to Eckler.
And he's brought down short. 2 yards there, needed 4.
Always important as a defender on 3rd down to keep the play in front of you and make sure you don't give up enough space that they can make a move on you in the open field. Try as he might, he wasn't able to get to the first down marker. Excellent defense, good tackling.
The kick by McManus is good, and that will tie us at 24 all.
So give him 3 on that drive. You know, normally you'd say, we'll take it, but the way points have been flying around, it feels like a little bit of a letdown.
Yeah, you just have to wonder, are field goals going to be enough? Because as you pointed out, the way touchdowns have been scored, Does kicking a field goal actually put you at a disadvantage the rest of the way?
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that. They weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
On second down, here's Mahomes. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by J.C. Jackson. And the Chargers are going to take possession of the football. And that gives him now 3 interceptions in the game.
Well, someone's locked into what they're trying to get done in the passing game. When was the last time we had someone get 3 in a contest?
2011, wasn't it? Kurt Coleman.
Oh, yeah, that's
then
right.
With the Eagles.
That's right. Then with the Eagles, and I believe it's against Washington and Rex Grossman.
That's correct. And the Chargers coming out of the field now. And the question, can they turn that interception into points? A tie game for the moment in the fourth quarter. On first down, Justin Herbert. That's complete to the tight end, Everett. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4. Looking to throw again on second down. And this is going to be intercepted. And the Chiefs are going to get the football here as he gets this up past the 20-yard line. Well, they were in a great position to take the lead, Charles. Obviously, all they needed was a field goal to do that. They wanted the touchdown. Unfortunately, they're going to get neither.
And you know every offense talks about the same thing each week, don't they, Brandon? They want to end every drive with a kick, whether it's a field goal attempt, a point after the touchdown, or at worst, a punt. This time they had that opportunity but didn't get it because you know the field shrinks that close to the end zone, and that allows the defense to tighten up their coverage, and they picked that one off.
So after the INT, here's Mahomes. Open man, completes it to Smith-Schuster. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and it'll be second down. Here's Mahomes to throw. And that one going to come up short. Low throw. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Now Mahomes. And that will be incomplete.
It looked like they had something there, but I think that he was thinking about running with the football before he actually hauled it in, and that led to a big drop.
Here's the Chiefs punter now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. And a fair catch signaled for and taken just outside the 20-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over.
Herbert and the Chargers now are the 1st and 10.
At their own 22. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Williams brings it in. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. 23 yards, the final tally.
And partner, in a tie game in the fourth quarter, you and I both know in the NFL, that's when you lean on your stars. And he came through with a nice catch right there.
The big play to start him out. Has him at the 45 already. Eckler now between the tackles. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at second down. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Play action this time for Justin Herbert.
And this one incomplete. Threw it down at the feet of his receiver.
The offense on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. Great coverage there all around. Really didn't have many options to throw the football.
Very little chance that that one was going to be completed. Every receiver was locked up.
On is the punter Scott here as he gets this one away.
And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds.
The Chiefs offense ready to go again. Excellent job by their defense to force the punt and provide them with this opportunity, all tied in the fourth quarter.
On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes.
And this is going to fall to the ground, incomplete. That very nearly their fourth pick of the game. Instead, second down.
So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. Open man, it's the tight end, Kelsey. On the move past the 40. And he will go out right near the 35-yard line. A big gainer there on the catch and run, 37 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. Mahomes going to throw. And he rifles one incomplete. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Again, they'll throw with Mahomes. He'll find Smith-Schuster. That's complete. And he's brought to the ground with another 1st down at the Chargers' 20-yard line. It's a pickup of 15 and a fresh set of downs. They go draw play to McKinnon. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1. On 2nd and 9, Mahomes over the middle. That's hauled in by Tony. And a good gain here of 9 from the 19 down to the 10. Play number 7 coming on this drive. It's 3rd and inches. Laundry on the field. This is going to be a false start on the offense.
Sometimes you have to slow things down a little bit when things get heated. The cadence has to be slow and deliberate at times to make sure your team's ready to go.
Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5.
From the gun, he'll hand this off.
And they'll hustle up to stop him well shy of the 1st, right around the 15. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave off with a 4th down. Have to kick this field goal, don't you?
No question about it. Look at the clock. Look at the situation. Kick the field goal.
So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. This to break our 4th quarter tie. Butker's kick here is good. And they have taken the lead here in the 4th quarter. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
And he'll wind up getting a couple extra yards here for his trouble, bringing it out of the end zone as he's down at the 27. The offense for Los Angeles returns to the field. The last series form a little disappointing, forced to punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive, 1st and 10. Here's Eckler to begin the drive. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
There's no question that coming into this game, this defense was pretty vocal about its desire to take this running back out of his game. And all that pregame wolfing has turned into results.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Here's Herbert. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll just get rid of it. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Herbert. He'll drop this one off to Eckler. They'll get only a yard out of that, and it'll bring up fourth down.
Partner, I think that completion takes the definition of dink and dunk to a different level, doesn't it?
It does, and the defense was right there, kind of played into their hands. Here's J.K. Scott now, as he'll punt it away for the fourth time today. And here's a fair catch taken at about the 24-yard line. So here are the Chiefs to take over. They've won 2 straight, and they lead this one as well as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he maneuvers up the middle for 3, and it's second down. From the 27, Mahomes. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here, he throws it away. And now it's third. Throwing is Mahomes on third. Going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up fourth down. So they're forced to punt on fourth as this one's away. A nice little juke. Call that a 44-yard punt, 5 on the return. And the LA offense ready for this next possession. Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a fourth-quarter lead. Herbert going to lead up the Chargers here, 1st and 10, right at the 30. They'll try and start this drive in the air. To the sideline, and that is a heck of a catch as he was able to get both feet in. From the 38, Herbert. Working the middle here, that's complete to Everett, the tight end. 5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him the first down. Here's Herbert. Over the middle, complete. It's Williams. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 41. Herbert throwing again. Finding Williams once more, complete. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Herbert throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. And the question now, can they get closer on 3rd down? A field goal from here, you're looking at right about a 52-yarder. And he'll find Everett there, complete. And he'll be tackled about 2 yards shy of the line to gain. A 1-yard pickup leads to 4th down. They'll wind up getting just a yard out of it. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning. And they've got a 4th down now in a game that, to be honest, has been pretty much everything we could have asked for. And his kick is no good. Oh, by the slimmest of margins, he missed it wide to the left. And instead of tying it up, they'll remain down by 3. A 4th quarter miss like that, there is no lonelier feeling than that kicker right now.
As we all know, a lot of these games, they come down to special teams. And when that chance comes, you have to perform in order to help your team get over the top.
Could have tied it. Instead, they remain down 3. The Chiefs in good position to start out as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. And now with 1:52 to go, we get another pause in the action. A timeout here defensively. So they come up on 2nd down, and they can get another run like we just saw. Would likely put an end to this thing. Handoff, it's McKinnon. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. Now the Chargers will use the second of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Now a give, this is McKinnon. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here, 3rd and 5. Back to throw, Mahomes. Going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. And unable to connect, incomplete. Now give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. And this kick is not going to be close. It's well short, well right to boot, and that will keep this a 3-point game.
Well, partner, it's almost a little jarring to see a holder set up on the other side of midfield. I haven't brought out my binoculars to make sure on that one. That is showing an awful lot of confidence in the kicker to try and hit from 61 yards. And this one winds up no good.
Herbert and the Chargers down 27-24, 53 ticks to go. How will this thing pan out? We'll watch as they come up on 1st down. Now Herbert. He dumps it to Eckler underneath. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8. Would be a long field goal try from here as they try to hustle to the line. Looking deep downfield. And, it's incomplete. Oh, that would have been 6 points, but somehow he couldn't rein it in. On the screen, this is Eckler. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. One last throw here for Herbert. And Allen's got it. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. What a game we were treated to in this one. And on that final play, they had a chance. They had the ball just beyond midfield for one final shot, but couldn't get it done, and they suffered the loss.
Yeah, and you mentioned how they had a chance on that final play, and getting it to midfield gave them that opportunity, hoping they could find their way to the end zone and make that miracle happen. A really good ending to an entertaining contest, though.
So for Kansas City, the win form is number 6 on the year.